Welcome back to my channel, steveO the window cleaner. Today I'm going to go over the ultimate residential kit. This has been the most popular water fed pole package from Xero, also available at windowcleaner.com. In this video I'm going to open these boxes really quick. I'm not going to take you through all of the tape cutting and everything. We're just going to get right into what's in the package. And then after that I will have separate videos based upon if any of these products need to kind of be installed a little bit more as far as undoing the angle adapter or cutting some hose and just going over everything in detail so that if you decide to get this ultimate residential package, you know exactly what to do when you get it together. Some of the things this includes is the Xero Pier 30-foot carbon fiber water fed pole, hose reels, different brushes. So let's get right into it. This first box, carbon filter and DI resin, so you get an extra set of filters when you buy the ultimate residential package, so it's include the DI resin and the carbon filter. The Xero Pier system will already come with all the filters installed. Make sure to always go through all the paper too, just in case something is tightly in there from the warehouse. First box here, we got the Xero contact scrubber. This goes opposite of your brush. We'll go over that later in a separate video. You're gonna get 3 brushes with the ultimate residential kit. You're going to get an all nylon brush. It's going to be all white bristles. Then you'll have 2 pencil jets on the back here and the new Xero bumpers for the brush so you don't ever damage any frames. Not that you really would with a plastic block, but it's nice to have that extra protection. And then you get an extra rinse bar. Overall, you'll have 2 rinse bars with the ultimate residential kit. This is my favorite brush. This is the all bore hair brush. This is going to be the most aggressive brush that you'll have, so I suggest using this for any dirty jobs. You're going to have 4 pencil jets. When you get these brushes, the hoses aren't going to be connected into the push to fits. Simply just give those a good push. You'll feel them engage, and then when you hook up the whole entire brush with the water fed pole, you won't have any leaking from those fittings. Once again, an extra rinse bar. We'll go over that in a future video on how to install it. Little extra bag here, very important. As far as that goes, you're gonna get your univalve. This is an on-off valve that goes inside the water fed pole. You tug the hose at the base of the water fed pole, turns the water on and off to the brush. It's a very convenient item that just makes it easier, especially when using the contact scrubber, so you don't have the water from the brush spraying you back in the face. So univalve, I'll do a video on how to install that. I do have a few videos, older videos on how to install it, and Alex, one of the owners at Window Cleaning Resource, has a great video on this as well, but I will do a video just to show how easy it is to install that. You're gonna get a bag of bolts. These bolts are for putting the contact scrubber on the fast lock angle adapter that will be included with the water fed pole. So make sure to keep those on hand. Gonna get an extra premium quick connect set. I'll show you this when we open up the actual water fed pole here. This goes from when you unravel the whole entire hose reel off of your system to the actual water fed pole hose, so it adapts down to that size, but there will be one included with the water fed pole, and then you get an extra one. Always nice to have extra pieces around. This little guy right here, if you see that, we'll go over this with the univalve. This is an on-off ball valve, so you can technically install the univalve or you could use this as well. The only thing about this does not go inside the water fed pole. So you have 2 options of on-off valves that can be right at your water fed pole. I'm gonna show this later when we install the univalve again, and I'm gonna put it up by the brush and I'll show you what I do there. But this will just never be inside the pole. Next little piece you get is this little T-shaped piece. This is an actual swivel. So it swivels back and forth like this. This is my favorite attachments for brushes so that you can clean windows at funky angles and still keep the brush flush on the glass. That will be replacing one of your fast lock angle adapters. Give yourself a little bit of time on this if you're new to water fed pole. You might want to stick with the fixed fast locks and then move over to this once you're ready, once you kind of get a gist of it. Before we open the 2 big items, we're going to go right into this guy. I'm going to guess this is going to be the hose reel. All right, so this, just to say something about this right away, this is not your water source hose to go into your system. This is going to be 150 feet of hose to go from your pure water system outlet to your water fed pole hose adapter that's going to go down to the skinnier hose. So when I showed this, this is going to go on the male thread on the long section here. Then you'll have a short section that goes to the system. I'll have a whole video explaining this. And don't miss it. your handle for your hose reel is going to be right here with a little zip tie. We just can't ship them with that on there just due to that if it was, it could possibly come off as far as be damaged. So that's going to go right here on the hose reel. I'll show that as far as when we go over that in a separate video too. All right, let's get into the fun parts. This is going to be your 30-foot water-fed pole, and this is going to be your 12-foot Xero trad pole that's included with this kit. Right away, you're going to get a hybrid brush in here. So this is going to be the bores here in the middle and the nylon on the outside. So this is our third brush of the kit. This has 2 pencil jets. Just take that hose, engage it into that push to fit. That one's good to go. That comes with a fixed fast lock adapter as well. What's really nice about doing this video at the beginning of 2025 is you're seeing all the improvements and all of the new stuff on the water-fed poles or trad poles or brushes. So I have a lot of older videos that you all probably know of, but it's just nice to see everything that's new on them. So once again, right here, you got the premium quick connect set. They're just gonna be wrapped up with some white tape here. So you unravel that. And with the 30-foot Pro Basic water-fed pole that you get on this, you're gonna get a Euro threaded tip. This is just in case you wanna use other brand angle adapters or Euro thread angle adapters. So they always include this. So this would technically replace the angle adapter. So when I've talked about the fast lock, that's this block connection that's here on the top. So that's what's gonna connect all the brushes. I like that a lot better just because you don't have any twisting of the brush, you don't have any twisting of this in section 1. So definitely suggest just going for the fast lock, but keep this on hand in case you ever need it. Also included with the pole is going to be an Acme adapter. This little red piece right here. This is the American standard thread for like paint attachments, dusting attachments, and then also some other window cleaning attachments as far as the tips. You can also use like traditional equipment with these poles. So you always include one of these. This would replace the fast lock angle adapter at the top of the water-fed pole. So they're not needed to use the water-fed pole, but just included. They've always been included with the Xero poles for many, many years. We talked about this piece earlier, the premium quick connect set. Then you have an extra one. So this is, again, what's gonna go and connect to the hose reel or connect to the system outlet depending on how much hose you need for the job. And then you get that 40 feet of hose that I mentioned with the water-fed pole. This is a true 30-foot carbon fiber water-fed pole. So it's not that it's like 26 feet when you extend it and then you're adding in your actual reach like a lot of other brands. You're getting the 30 feet. So really what you get out of this is about 33 to 34 feet of reach. This hose is always going to be installed in the water-fed pole when you get it. You are totally open to using the hose on the outside or inside, but when doing that, we went over the univalve earlier. You just won't be able to use that on the outside, but you can use the other on-off valve if you want to as far as that goes. I went over these clamps in a past video. These are the new V4 clamps. I always suggest when you get a water-fed pole, kind of open and close the clamps. If they twist at all, or if you can't, or if they're moving when collapsing, you would just give, there's a little turn knob here, you'd give that a tighten. But these new clamps are really, really nice, and it's hard to at all have any twisting or collapsing issues with those at all. So those are, you know, pretty much new to the end of 2024, so you'll be getting all those clamps here in 2025 as well. Then the actual angle adapter here. So this is a fast lock angle adapter. So you just loosen it like that to change the angle on it, and then just tighten the lever over like that, and it holds really, really snug. So this is not gonna be like overly tight, and then you just lock it over, and it locks that actual cog together of that fast lock angle adapter. And then your brush has that hole on top. So you just do that, push in the pin, it's gonna slide over and lock right there. Then your hose is just gonna go right into there. So that's how we're getting the actual water to the actual brush, and then out of, if you see these, the pencil jets on the brush, or we could also attach a rinse bar on the top, which we'll go over later. Also included with the kit is the 12-foot Xero trad pole. This is gonna have the new V4 clamps as well. And just new is the actual new Acme adapter to plastic tip. No longer are you getting the red Acme adapter that I showed before with a wood cone tip. This is gonna hold tools a lot better. Then also you can get an Unger trad adapter to go on here, or an edit array, or different styles as far as that goes from Mormon as well, if you have a preferred tool to use with the trad pole. Awesome thing with this pole is that you can use this as a water fed pole. So even though this is called trad pole for traditional tools, you can use this with all the water fed pole attachments. So if you want to have a shorter pole for, you have a home that doesn't need the full 30 feet, you could just use this, and you can even take the section off and just have an 8-foot. Xero trad pole has been the most popular traditional pole for many, many years. It was the first carbon fiber traditional pole. Okay, let's get into what everybody really wants to see, and that is the actual Xero pier. They say team lift on this. I have to do it myself. Okay. Can you guys see my address on there? I hope not. All right, let's open this sucker up here. Hope this is the right way. What's nice about this is I've done some videos about Xero piers throughout the years, and my gosh, have they just gotten better and better and better. So that's the nice thing about seeing a new one from even, I think, a video like a year ago or 2 years ago. Just some of the wheel improvements as far as that goes. So there's going to be some packaging in here. Gonna get a bag of a bunch of different stuff here. I do go over this in my Xero pier setup video from a year ago or so, but real quickly, get your magic lube for O-rings. Get 2 filter wrenches. Get wastewater hose. When you use a pure water system, it has wastewater and pure water. I go over that in my Xero pier setup video, but keep that. TDS meter. You're going to use this to read the water to make sure it is pure. I do have videos that go over this as well, but this is a very important, so make sure to keep that. RO Guardian is for winterizing your system, or if the system is going to be sitting around for a long time, you'll want to use this in your RO membrane. I know that is a lot of information all at one time. If you're new to purification systems that use an RO so that they can work with all qualities of water, but Alex has an amazing video that I will link below that goes over using this, and also winterization if you're not able to put it in somewhere warm, of using antifreeze as well. Also included in here is your manual. Your manual is very important. No one ever reads the manual, so make sure to read the manual. This goes through a lot of the stuff that I would talk about in here. It goes over what is what, so read this, and then you can talk, make sure to read this and make sure to really go through it. I mean, you made a big investment. Apart from what I say in the videos, you just want to make sure that you have all that information. Even goes over all the different parts. So if you have to replace something, you have all those SKUs here and everything. So very important. Keep this. It's very important. This is actually even on the website. If you go to the Xero pier, you can download a copy there or save the link to your bookmarks. So this is the Xero pier system. This is the most popular pure water system on the market. With this system, now you can't see the top of the handle here, but I've got the carbon filter. This is your water is going to go through first. This is going to remove the sediment and chlorine in the water. Then your water is actually going to go through this large stainless steel vessel here. This is the RO membrane, stands for reverse osmosis. This is going to remove 90 to 95% of the minerals in the water. And then this is your final stage. This is the DI, stands for deionization. There's resin in here that is going to polish off the water and remove the rest of the minerals. And then out of here is where your pure water is going to come from. On the bottom of your system, here is the waste valve. We went over the waste hose earlier. This little guy right here is going to thread on the bottom of here. So when you're using the system, this is directing the water away. Also a big improvement here for 2025, also this was beginning in 2024, are these wheels. The older wheels were either a color of gray, red, or blue, and they weren't as wide as these wheels. So these work really, really well in uneven terrain or grass or over rocks and everything. So that's a big improvement there too. And that is the Ultimate Residential Kit. Currently priced at $2,999. Retails at about $3,600, so saving quite a bit of money on that. You know, this kit can really grow with your company. We call it the Ultimate Residential Kit, but you can use it with commercial accounts as well. There's 30-foot Pro Basic. You can get add-on sets to go to 40 or 50 feet. The Xero carbon fiber trad pole, you can get extensions for that to go to 16 feet or 20 feet. And then also if you ever need to get more water flow out of the Xero pier, you can always add a booster pump for some extra gallons per minute. And then, you know, you just have a lot of different brushes here for dirty jobs, maintenance jobs, and then you're also getting your replacement set of filters. So if you're looking for a water-fed pole package to either get your company going that can work with any water quality, I would definitely suggest checking this out. I will have links below to the Ultimate Residential Kit from Xero Products Direct and from windowcleaner.com. As you all know, I am a sales rep for windowcleaner.com and Xero Products, so I can help you with any questions that you have that may go further into what I've discussed in this video and help you get this purchased. There will also be affiliate links that if you feel like you've gotten all the information from this video and the other videos going over the items in a little bit more detail, you can purchase those items, and I would greatly appreciate that. It helps support the channel, helps this channel keep on going. Other than that, if you have any questions, comment below, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.